Hey everybody! In today's video, we are going to play with some fun combination of products. To start with, you guys have seen colored images on stamp sets, right? When people color and die cut an image and put it on top of the stamp set, even on manufacturers' websites. Well, these images were colored by my friends. This is a very fun development I have to show you today. I did not color these. I'm saving time. That's what I'm doing. What they are from is this amazing new paper pad that has these matching dies. And every one of the images in this paper pad that match the stamp set and dies have been colored by a friend of mine, names that you will recognize. And you can see that you get different artists on each page. So even though these images are the same, they look different from page to page. And this cute little gardening themed set is right up my alley. I actually just, when I sat down to do this video, got a shipment of live plants. You guys know I love to garden. So this is such a cute set with this little kitty in the watering can. But anyway, you get a big variety of already colored images that match the dies, that match the matching stamp set. So depending on how much time you want to spend on your card, you can either use the ephemera or you can cut and color it yourself. Now, I have cut out 2 leaves and I'm saving the positive and the negative space for both of these because I'm going to be using them as both masks and stencils. And we are going to put a little pattern onto these. So I just ran these through with the same piece of paper, kind of a long skinny piece of paper. So I'll use tape to help me mask off and make sure I don't get any extra stray ink while I work on this big leaf. This is so pretty. And our oak leaves are now fully out. They're not dropping anymore. Our oak leaves drop in the fall. And so I thought I would do a little green leaf as a backdrop, kind of a large backdrop for the small ephemera images, just an overall gardening theme. And I am going to double up with a stencil or 2 as well. So first I'm just going to put a light coating of ink around the shape of this larger leaf just to create the shape on my card. And then I will add a stencil and some pattern to this fun leaf. Now, what's cool about this leaf is it's obviously a very organic shape, very soft shape, but there are some fun kind of geometric stencils that you can use with it just to sort of switch up that look on your card, and that's what I'm going to do today. There is this leafy stencil that I'll be using on the next leaf, but I'm going to use this fun bold geometric. So I will put this down on top of the leaf, and this time I'm just going to go in with bolder ink, but I'm keeping the color the same. This is Jelly Bean Green ink, and I'm just not getting any of the extra off on a piece of paper first. I'm applying more pressure. Both of those things will make this pattern a lot darker than the initial application of the ink through the homemade leaf stencil. And you're going to see what a fun combo this is. This has kind of a tighter pattern, so it's fun on this large leaf. So I will pull that off and look at that. It almost looks like an Aztec kind of design. It's really pretty. So there is my patterned leaf. I think this is a fun background for any garden themed cards. And now I can put my ephemera out and choose who I want to stand in with my little leaf. I just love all these colors. I chose the one, I kind of gauge it by the little girl that's holding the flowers. Like, I know what the page looks like depending on how the girl holding the flowers is colored. Like, I've memorized them all. So I went with the little girl with the pink dress. It's so beautifully colored. So I'll try a couple of these out. I'll try her out. The shape of the leaf is really going to dictate kind of what works well in front of that shape. So I'll try a few different things. I just love the kitty in the watering can. I think it's so cute. And this little kite is cute too. It cuts out the string really delicately. which is nice. I love this little boy pulling the wagon of plants. We actually have a neighbor who, because of the deer, all of her favorite flowers are in these garden wagons, and she pulls them out every day to get sun and to water them. But then she puts them in the garage at night so that the deer don't eat them. She has not given up any of her plants to those deer. I am not that committed. I just try to plant deer-resistant plants. So I will choose whichever ones of these I want to use. What's great is if you just put all the dies on the paper and run it through your die cutting machine once, you have a big stack of ephemera. So what I did was I took one of my large stamp pockets, I put the stamp set, the dies, this pad of paper, and then a little envelope with all my extras that I cut out, because you can just cut one page and have all of these images for a bunch of different cards. Now this little couple is so cute. I kind of like the red in contrast with the green. I think that's really sweet. And you can see that he has a little gardening implement and she has some flowers. That's pretty darn cute. So now it is time for a sentiment. The paper pad also has all the sentiments from the stamp set in it. So if you want to just cut those out, they work sort of like sentiment strips. But I'm actually going to use the matching stamp set, and I'm going to stamp a sentiment on there just because I feel like having that ink on there in addition to the die cut is going to be really cute. So now that that's all set up, and I do have a little paint on my Misty lid, you'll have to forgive me. I was using this with my gel plate and I got a little paint on it and I haven't cleaned it off yet. I forgot before I started this video. So I'm stamping a sentiment from the matching stamp set. If flowers were hugs, I'm sending you a garden. I thought that was perfect for this little couple. They are so cute. So now I will glue those little guys down. And if you wanted to add some embellishments, you could. I'm going to keep this a very clean and simple card. I love the ink design. I love the ephemera. So I'm just going to keep it clean and simple. I think that this is the strong suit of this fun little paper pad. You have the best of both worlds. If you feel like stamping, you have the stamp set. If you feel like coloring, you have the stamp set. If you feel like making a couple quick cards, you have this colored ephemera by people whose names you know. So fun. So I'll put those down, and this is very cute. I'm going to mount this on some lime green cardstock. So now on to the second one. So I'm taking the actual die cut from the negative space that I used on the first card. And I'm also going to pattern this with a stencil and with ink. So I wanted this one to be mostly yellow. There's a lot of fun kind of yellow elements in the ephemera set. And so I'm going to start with a base of yellow, but then I'm going to use the Holy Trinity. I'm going to use pink and blue for the patterning on this leaf. Don't forget that you can stencil on your die cuts. This is something I tend to forget, but they don't just have to be blank canvases. They can do all kinds of things. So I have a hot pink and kind of a turquoise blue, and then I'm just going to use this leafy stencil. I didn't want quite as tight a pattern. I just wanted this to have a botanical feel. So I'm putting the pink and the blue through the leafy stencil onto the yellow. And of course, those colors will mix with the yellow, so I'll get kind of an orange look, and I'll get a green look from the blue. And that is as intended. So you're sort of creating new ink colors as you go. So I added just a little bit of pink, and now I will come back with that blue. This is actually kind of a phthalo blue green shade. This is one of my favorite ink colors. And just make sure you get every little section. And look at that. It's so pretty. So it's a leaf with a leaf. It's like a meta leaf. Very fun. So now I just have another white card panel, and I think the yellow really pops against that. And then you get the added texture from the die versus me just using it as a stencil that I think is really cute. And this little wagon with the tiny yellow flower that sticks up looks so perfect. But look at me, always trying to get the kitty in there. I love that kitty. Kitty's going to have to go on another card because I really think the wagon is pretty perfect with that one little yellow tulip. So now I put a little bit of glue on there, and I will glue that down to the card panel. This one is going to get a yellow card base to match the kind of dominant color in the leaf and accent the yellow color in the little wagon. That's so cute. And I'm actually going to use a sentiment from a different stamp set to kind of balance the card by putting something up at the top left, since a lot of this is concentrated at the bottom right with the color. It has a nice scripty font. But look how cute these are together. Fun, springy, garden-themed cards that I think could easily transition to fall. Head over to my blog for more information and a giveaway, and thanks so much for watching.